all the time, and he usually has an opportunity to break you down. I think he's going to get that opportunity against Beck tonight. Thompson can do a lot of things, Joe. He can fight on the outside. He covers up well, use those long arms, and he can take those long arms, shorten them up a little bit, and work inside, too. And he's a lefty.
Yep. 6'5" southpaw he is. He's naturally right-handed. In fact, loves to bowl. He bowls right-handed. He's on 2 different bowling league teams. Loves to golf. He golfs right-handed. But plying his trade as a fighter, he's a southpaw.
And here's another argument for a national commission. I'm always saying we need a national commission. You have these different commissions. In this case, Tennessee, where you can build up your records, you can get easier wins in these kind of states than you can in some of the other states because they have different standards, lesser standards sometimes. Owen Beck has had an eye situation. He's had a problem, and he's been denied a license to box in New York 2 times. And from what I understand, he cannot get a license in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Again, 2 pretty good states, but he could get a license over here to fight in Tennessee.
Just ate a right hand that had him staggered there for a moment in the corner. Yeah, it's one of those commissions, obviously, Mid-South, you can build yourself up against opponents. But strangely enough, of all these commissions in this area, they have had major fights in this town. In the past decade, this did turn into a pretty big fight town. You had Lewis Tyson here. You had Jermaine Taylor fights here. Roy Jones fights here. They have hosted some major fights, but in your eyes, the commission nowhere near what New York and New Jersey and California is.
Again, in any other sport where one commission would state that somebody is not able to participate in their sport, it would be followed across the board, across the nation. In boxing, it's followed in some states, and then, again, the state of Tennessee says, hey, come on in. We don't care if New York says that there's a problem with your eyes. We're going to let you fight.
There's a right hand to the top of the head, and maybe we're going to let you down.
Maybe we're going to let you get knocked out, too. Again, I think Thompson can fit in with any heavyweight outside of the Klitschko's, any heavyweight in the world. He's always touching you. His punch rate is really high. He's got long arms, and he can take those long arms. He can go inside in the trenches, and he can keep that rhythm going all the time. And he's a southpaw.
So Beck hurt early on here. Thompson in complete control, scoring and knockdown. Coming to the end of one, our heavyweight main event.
Take a look at the knockdown, and this shows you the benefit of following up. The left hand misses, the right hand behind the ear. Take another look here. The left hand misses the power shot, but the follow-up, the combination pays off for Thompson. Misses the power shot, but the follow-up, the combination pays off for Thompson. Again, he misses the left hand, but that serves as a setup punch for the follow-up punch, the right hook.
And at 6'5" and a heavyweight in Tony Thompson, driving down that right hand behind the ear. That's a bad spot for Owen Beck.
And again, a right hand that's coming from something that's a rarity in this sport, a southpaw heavyweight, coming from an angle where most orthodox heavyweights, they don't see that punch. And again, you can see Thompson covers up well, doesn't give you a lot of clean shots, makes a little bit of a head movement to let a punch go on the side of him, and he controls that range. He keeps you at the end of his punches. Then if you want to get to him, he makes you reach in. He makes you get lost in space a little bit, leave yourself available. Like that. Right now, the man in control of everything as far as the rhythm goes, and the rhythm is everything, it's Thompson. You know, Thompson is the ocean, Joe, and Beck is just a log. He's being pulled in and out by the tide of Thompson. I think the log, being Beck, is about to become driftwood. Again, he reaches in Beck. That's an opportunity for Thompson the next time to catch him reaching in. Thompson being a little lazy here. Usually you'll see him working on the inside, but I think Thompson very relaxed going into this fight, knowing what he had in front of him.
Could see that right from the opening bell. Beck trying to get over the top of that right hand. Now Beck coming forward and working on the inside.
And when Thompson does put those earmuffs on, there's an opportunity where he handcuffs himself, where you can go to work a little bit. And you can maybe punch around the gloves a little bit. Try to catch Thompson either around the ear a little bit, or maybe use the uppercut, split that guard a little bit.
Right hand by Thompson as Beck is holding on with his right hand on the top rope. Just ate another right hand.
And Thompson needs to look for that uppercut a little bit now, because Beck, to get away from the punches, he's leaning forward a little bit from the waist. When you bend, Joe, when it's taught properly by a good trainer, you bend your knees to bend so you can see everything. You don't bend from the waist. Beck bending from the waist. He can't see the uppercut if Thompson throws that uppercut.
Let's show you the month of May we have coming up on Friday Night Fights, because we got a couple weeks off. But look at this month of May. Antonio Escalante on May 7th. Julio Diaz, Herman Ngujo is an interesting fight on May 14th.